National Affairs Editor Rahul Srivastav with us from the national capital Delhi, Sahil Joshi reporting from Mumbai, Manogya Loiwal reporting from Kolkata. Remember, Maharashtra and West Bengal, two key states that have announced the extension of this lockdown till the end of the month. Rahul, coming to you first, you know, everyone is expecting that tomorrow's speech by the Prime Minister will hinge on an extension of this lockdown. What people are wondering about are the details, the caveats, and how this lockdown is going to be different from the lockdown that has happened over the last 21 days. Any light you can throw on that?
Shishi, one thing which is very clear now, let's talk about those. One, that the lockdown will be extended and the Prime Minister will announce that. The second is that the extension is likely to be for minimum of 2 weeks. That's one broad picture which has emerged after the meeting with the chief ministers. And as you just read out, that the latest state to announce the lockdown extension, Tamil Nadu, has done it till the April 30th. One very clear is that there is going to be no lockdown restrictions barring the exemptions which will be announced. So what we are talking about is a graded, rational kind of a lockdown with certain exceptions. Now the Prime Minister may indicate the broad exceptions. What can be allowed and what cannot be, and states within that, within those parameters, can do their own individual tweaking, which means that it will not be a one-size-fits-all kind of an arrangement. One very important message which is coming from the Prime Minister's office is there is going to be no relaxation as far as the social distancing protocols are concerned. That is a very critical element. Now, beyond that, what are the exemptions? Agriculture very clearly is going to be exempted. A certain set of industries which can have the wherewithal to have certain amount of protocols to be standard operating procedures. I have a feeling, Shiv, one which are export oriented, ones which are largely automated plants, like automobile plants, Shiv, have a high degree of automation. Now they don't need a lot of workers. Also, if they operate at 25% to 50% capacity, they can ensure social distancing. Then the issue comes, pharmaceutically linked industries. Say, for example, you need glass vials for injections and several other things. All those industries involved in health-directed inclusions, that can be allowed. Then what we are hearing is that export commitment industries, which have export commitments to boost the exports, that can be carried out. Now, aviation, railways, interstate. Now, there are certain recommendations that with certain protocol procedures of distancing inside aircraft with lesser seats and lesser flights and lesser crew, can that be operated? Right now, Shiv, no decision. Remember one thing, that even if you think that something close to 1 crore people fly in a month and you operate at 30% capacity, we are looking at some 33 lakh people flying, which will mean something close to 2 crore people will get activated all over the country. That's the decision the Prime Minister's office will have to take, whether it will go. But what we can say that there will be an extension to the lockdown with certain exemptions.
Okay, with certain exemptions, broadly speaking, some industrial activity, most of agriculture will be exempted. Maharashtra, the state with the largest number of cases, Sahil, how are you seeing this extension being enforced in Maharashtra? What do the people of Mumbai and the rest of Maharashtra need to know? Is it going to be any different from the last 21 days for individuals, especially in Mumbai?
You know, if you talk about Mumbai, nothing is going to change. The government has come up with the notification today itself. The announcement was made 2 days back by the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. And the words he used in his address was that minimum till 30th of April, the lockdown will continue. So he has already hinted that there is possibility that it may be extended even further. So that's why he used the word minimum. So he wanted to prepare people for even extended lockdown as well. Now, as far as the agriculture activities are concerned, the government has already given permission for the agriculture activities, specifically the those things which are connected to the agricultural industries, and those things have already been continued. The essential services are already on. So the new directives are no different than that of the earlier directives. But yes, there will be one more thing. You know, by 14th of April, that's what the government had said, that they will be coming up with some new regulations as far as the things which Rahul Srivastava was mentioning, maybe they wanted to wait for what the Prime Minister says about that, and accordingly they will formulate the policy even for that, specifically in those districts which are not been infected or which are in green zone at this point of time. So there will be separate rules, might be separate rules, but we'll have to wait for a couple of days for that.
Okay, so tomorrow hopefully the Prime Minister will provide clarity, and then it will take a day or two, Sahil says, in terms of interpreting and enforcing that on the ground. What about West Bengal, Manogia? There have been an extension that's been announced there as well. Certain exemptions have already been permitted by the Mamata Banerjee government. What are the people of Bengal anticipating and expecting? Is it going to be the same qualitative kind of lockdown for the next 2 weeks as well?
Well, perhaps the lockdown has been the easiest when it comes to Bengal. You may also say that the number of cases have been lesser, blame it on the government. There has been a lot of political battle over it. Difference of opinion between Government of India with the MHA shooting letter to the DGP and the Chief Secretary. But if you talk about what is on ground, well, yes, there have been several instances of flouting of the social distancing norms that has been the point of concern for both Government of India and the state government, trying to make all the measures happen possible at the soonest and at the earliest. But for tomorrow, because it's Poila Boishakh, it is the new year for Bengal, it is Bihu, and of course a very auspicious day. So expect the Prime Minister to be a little more tweaking in the form of maybe using a few regional languages, addressing on the festivities, and yet also coming back to the seriousness of Corona and conveying it to the masses that there is an extension inevitable. However, it might come on the table with a lot of more economic packages, some relief, and of course some terms and conditions that will be making easier for those who are involved in the day-to-day supply industry, which has taken a massive hit because of this.
Okay, we're going to have to wait and watch, because only once the Prime Minister speaks will those details that Manogia, Sahil and Rahul Srivastava were telling us about, and then things can actually be implemented across the states. It is going to be an extension. That's something you can be clear of. The minimum you should expect is that things will continue as they are for you and me now. Sector-wise impact and implications, we will like to wait until the Prime Minister speaks until we bring those to you. Thank you very much, Rahul, Manogia and Sahil, for getting us the very latest from the ground across the country.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.